PIO here at the Naugatuck Police Department. We've got Mayor Pete Hess here with us, Animal Control Officer Steve Rupsis, Animal Control Officer Tooth, and we've got some members from Desmond's Army here. As you guys remember, we were here a few months ago back in May for this case regarding Justice the Husky. So we're going to kind of recap on that, go over some of that and what we have for you guys today, which is the reason why we're here. All right, so just a quick recap. May 13th, this dog was brought to our animal control facility down on Cherry Street Extension here in Naugatuck after it was found wandering the area of Platts Mill Road here in Naugatuck between Naugatuck Waterbury. Some concerned citizens found this dog. They lured it into the car and they noticed this chain here that was embedded into its neck. So this is a photo of the chain. Again, this is stuff that we went over at the last press conference we had, but I just want to put it out there. So this was what they removed from the dog's neck. It was about 28 inches. There was about 20 pieces of the clip in the dog's neck. The officers here brought the animal down to Central Valley Animal Hospital where they removed this chain. The dog also had a fever. It was very thin, had a poor body condition, and got rabies shots as well. So since then, these officers have been working really, really hard to figure out who did this. The last press conference we had, we asked the public to help us find the owner or owners of this dog so that we could look further into it. So since this time, Animal Control Officer Rupsis and Detective Williams received a tip as a result of the press conference that we gave back in May. An anonymous caller called in with some information saying that the dog belonged to somebody who lived in Waterbury. The tipster gave them more information about the conditions in which the dog was living. The dog was living in a shed outside, was tethered via the chain, and it had been heard previously at the walls of the shed that it lived in. So these officers worked alongside Waterbury Police Department. They were able to gather more information and further connected the dog to this property on South Street in Waterbury. They made contact with the suspect and he admitted that he used the chain as a collar to tether the dog in the yard. So we did make an arrest, and that is the purpose of our meeting today. This is the individual who owned the dog, who lived in Waterbury. An arrest warrant was completed by Officer Rupsis over here, and a $50,000 court set bond was put on this individual for the following charges here below. We've got cruelty to animals, no rabies vaccination, and roaming dog. So he did turn himself in yesterday on this arrest warrant and is currently on his way up to court now. And per the condition of the court, he will no longer allow to be in possession of any animals or care for any. So we want to give you an update on Justice. He is doing very well. These animal control officers here work very hard and take very good care of our animals down at the animal control facility. He's got that husky energy. He's very excited all the time. He's got good manners. Right now, he is not available for adoption, just due to the legal processes, obviously, that are still underway at this time. But we are hoping to get him into a home. He deserves to have, people that love him and live in some cushier conditions than the pound. That's him now, as you can see. He's got a big, big smile. He's filled out. He's fluffed out. So we want to ask the public's help too. If you're interested in fostering him, you can email Animal Control or come down and inquire with these guys more about if you're the right fit for him. They are going to be, specific on who they pair this dog with. He's obviously already been through enough as it is. They want to find the right fit to foster him. They prefer that it be somebody with husky experience because, as we know, they're a pretty active breed and they are pretty quirky. So, again, we want to just really highlight the good collaboration, especially Officer Rupsis. He took lead on this one, was very committed to finding who did this. He ran with, a press conference that turned into a simple phone call, and he ran with it all the way. So, these guys over here, they do a lot behind the scenes to advocate for the animals here in town. And, Detective John Williams, he worked alongside him. Waterbury Police Department, they were awesome, and they helped us out with this a great deal because, as we said, this individual was from Waterbury. And of course, Central Valley Animal Hospital, they took really good care of this dog, so we want to give them a shout out down there for always taking good care of our pets. But the reason you guys are here is because we got justice for Justice today. So I'm going to turn it over to Mayor Pete at this point.
Justice for justice. In Naugatuck, we never ever give up, and I'm extremely proud of Officer Rupsis, his team, the police department, working with Waterbury, and really putting in a great effort with a lot of thought and showing how we really care about cases like this in Naugatuck. We have a great team. The town supports them fully. We help them any way we can. We're already excellent. We strive to be elite, and this is what we're all about. And justice for justice says it all.
Does anybody have any questions?
How old is Justice?
He's approximately 3 years old.
And then when we say embedded in his neck, can somebody describe that? Like, what did that look like? What is
A
it?
picture?
Yeah, we can pop back to the picture.
Thank you.
I mean, so this one right here is when it was removed. You can kind of see the scar. So it had to be surgically removed from his neck. So this wasn't like they just took it off. He had to go to Central Valley Animal Hospital, and they had to surgically take this out. So it was, on there for what, months?
More than months.
More than months?
It pretty much grew into his skin. He grew into
I have a picture of it.
Yeah, so you can kind of really see there the scar on the bottom. That happens over a very significant amount of time for it to be growing over like that.
We do have a YouTube page, which we should have a video being posted at about 9 o'clock. So if you go to Naugatuck Animal Control on YouTube, there's an updated, there's the original video we had, and then we have the updated video, which was from last night, because we wanted to show you guys the dog, how he's doing today.
Good.
Where can that video be found?
On YouTube?
Yeah, Naugatuck Animal Control on YouTube.
And we can give you guys the direct link after if you need it to.
Could whoever has been spending the most time with Justice maybe just describe what Justice is like, personality-wise,
He's a husky. So I don't know if you're familiar with huskies, but...
Can you step up to the mic?
Sorry about that.
No worries.
So he's a husky. He's very rambunctious. He's a teenager type of dog. So he's feeling it out. He's starting to. He came a long way. Came a long way from when we first to get him out of the car. We had to pull him. He was not friendly, just due to the condition he was in. But today, when you watch the video, you'll see how he interacts with everybody. He's a great dog, but he's a husky, so they have a certain disposition. But he's a juvenile, so he's always watching. He knows how to unlock the locks on the door, so that's our thing.
You taught him sit too.
Well, yeah, he sits and lays down. He's pretty good. You'll see on the video, But we try to spend as much time with each dog as we can, but we have a lot of dogs, and these guys here help us quite a bit too. The Desmond's Army people, because without these guys, this probably wouldn't have happened as quick as it did after our news release, the original press conference.
Any other questions?
I noticed it's sort of the timeline here. So obviously you've got Mr. Pizarro Boria under arrest as the person who had him Justice with a chain around his neck for so long, but given away to a bystander. What happened after that? How did the dog end up where it ended up? And is there maybe somebody else who might face charges for that?
Right now, he is the sole person that is being charged with this. From the time that this press release or this first press conference happened in May, from May till now was all investigative work. So it just kind of shows you the endless amounts of hours that goes into an investigation such as this one, because to be able to get an arrest warrant signed and a $50,000 bond, I mean, it just shows the level of